Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tassif. I am back with another live stream, and I'm waiting to see how many people join. If you are joining, please write something in the chat window. I'll be monitoring the chat window. And so if this is your first time, welcome. If you have watched my videos before, I'm glad that you came back. Please introduce yourself in the chat window. Write your first name. Tell me what city, what state you're from. And thank you for being here. There's something very important that I'm going to be discussing today. It's about the Biden administration and why this administration wants to give access to Obamacare for the illegal immigrants. And so I'm going to be discussing this, and I want to hear your thoughts also. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me in the chat window, and feel free to share your views and thoughts and comments. So, my friends, here's what's going on. And some of you may have seen this already in the news. If you have not seen it already, well, I'm going to give you an overview of what's happening. The Biden administration wants to extend Obamacare coverage for illegal immigrants. The administration published a rule in May that would allow illegal immigrants, those who came to the United States as children and are protected by the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program, DACA, to gain eligibility for the Affordable Care Act. So I'm going to repeat. The Biden administration published a rule in May that would allow the DACA recipients, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Program recipients, to gain eligibility for the Affordable Care Act. And the Affordable Care Act is widely known as Obamacare. Right now, illegal immigrants cannot get healthcare coverage through Obamacare. But the Biden administration is trying to make a change and to allow illegal immigrants to have coverage through Obamacare. So more resources for the illegal immigrants. That's what it comes down to, okay? This rule, if it goes into effect, do you know how many uninsured illegal immigrants would be able to access coverage through Obamacare? Any guess? I'm going to pause for a second, and if you want to make a guess, please do so. If this rule goes into effect, it will result in more than 100,000 uninsured illegal immigrants accessing coverage through Obamacare. So more than 100,000 uninsured illegal immigrants will be allowed to access insurance coverage through Obamacare if this rule goes into effect. The rule, based on the reports that I've read, the rule may go into effect on November the 1st. So I think we all understand what this is about. This is an effort by the Biden administration to try to influence the political landscape before the election. The election is in the first week of November. This rule reportedly will go into effect on November 1st. So the Affordable Care Act, the ACA, I see Maya Sisters is here. Hi, Maya Sisters. Thanks for joining. This is not my usual time for live stream. I usually don't do live streams in the afternoon, but here I am because this topic is so important. I didn't want to wait until the evening, and then in the evening I may also be outside, so I thought I'm going to do a live stream in the afternoon. So Maya Sisters, thanks for being here. It's good to see that you're here. Hope everything's going well. The Affordable Care Act, as I was saying, also known as Obamacare, it limits eligibility to only citizens or those who are lawfully present in the United States. Only citizens and lawfully present individuals are able to access insurance coverage through the Affordable Care Act. But the Biden-Harris administration wants to change that. They want to change that. The Biden-Harris administration. They want illegal immigrants to be able to access insurance coverage through the Affordable Care Act. The administration is making changes to the definition of lawfully present to make sure that they can push a massive number of illegal immigrants to get coverage through the Affordable Care Act. Maya Sisters is writing, I was working at home and saw the notification. I blame you for my procrastination. Maya Sisters, I'm glad that you joined. You're watching this video, so I'm guessing you're taking some time away from working, but that's okay. I don't know. I don't think this live stream will be too long, but I'm so glad that you're here. So thank you so much. And the weather is so lovely today. So, while you're working, it's okay to take some time off. Watch my video, but also I hope you get to enjoy some time outside. Enjoy the sunshine, my sisters. So as I was saying, back to the discussion, the administration is making changes to the definition of lawfully present to make sure that they can push a massive number of illegal immigrants to get coverage through this Affordable Care Act. Now, it's not only that. It's not just about making changes, rule changes to allow illegal immigrants to get healthcare coverage through Obamacare. The administration, the Biden-Harris administration, also wants to create a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. A pathway to citizenship. Can you believe that? And it doesn't surprise me because I know back in 2022, and I mentioned this a number of times on this channel. Back in 2022, Chuck Schumer from New York, Senator Chuck Schumer, Democrat Chuck Schumer, he basically asked for a pathway. He expressed his support for a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. That was 2022. And I responded to his awful proposal by writing a letter, by writing an op-ed, which was published in the Western Journal. So that was 2022. Here we are deep in the second half of 2024, and we see that the Biden administration, they not only want to extend Obamacare coverage to illegal immigrants, they also want to create a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. For all illegal immigrants, for all illegal immigrants, in DACA or not. Not just DACA recipients, all illegal immigrants. And have you heard the term dreamers? The Democrats talk about dreamers, the Dream Act and dreamers. They came up with that designation, calling illegal immigrants dreamers. I've got a problem with that name, okay? I've got a problem with the illegal immigrants being called dreamers. What does it mean, dreamers? Does it imply that only children who came to America or were brought to America illegally are capable of dreaming? They're capable of having a dream? What about American-born children? What about the children who were brought to the United States legally? Don't they dream? I understand the word dreamers came from the Dream Act, but how did the Democrats come up with all these fancy words like dreamers, dream, to refer to children who were brought to the United States illegally? What about American-born children? What about children of legal immigrants? Don't they dream? This is how the Democrats use words to shape their narrative. Rather than saying children who came to or were brought to America illegally, the Democrats call them dreamers. And in doing so, the Democrats disregard all the other children who are natural born Americans or who were brought to the United States legally through the proper immigration process. Just like how the Democrats call illegal immigrants newcomers. Newcomers. No. They're not newcomers. They are illegal immigrants. They're illegal aliens. They're individuals who are here unlawfully. They're not newcomers. Not newcomers. Maya Sisters is asking what the Dems are doing is eroding citizenship, question mark. That is exactly correct. The Democrats are trying to erode the power of American citizenship. They're trying to erode the power of American citizenship. They're trying to erode voting rights. Because as I've discussed before, the Democrats are trying to grant voting rights to illegal immigrants. Terry writes, they don't want to do the work of vetting immigrants for citizenship qualification. So, Terry, I'm going to be discussing some more things here because you talked about citizenship. So stay here with me because I've got some more things I want to share, because this is unbelievable what's happening in this country, what the Democrats are doing. So as I said, the illegal immigrants, the Democrats call them newcomers, just like the Democrats use the word encounter to refer to an apprehension. When illegal immigrants are apprehended at the southern border, it's called an apprehension. It's not an encounter. The Democrats glorify lawlessness. They reward unlawful activity. That's exactly right. The Democrats, they want illegal immigrants to have a pathway to citizenship. That means the Democrats want to reward illegal activity. There are many foreign nationals who are waiting to come to America legally. So Terry, I'm now going to discuss the point that you mentioned. There are many foreign nationals who are waiting to come to America legally through the legal process. And those wait times are enormous. For people to come to America legally, if they're completing the paperwork, they're waiting in line, they're waiting for their visa, they're waiting to appear for an immigration interview. I mean, those wait times are very long. People may end up waiting for years and years before they can set foot on American soil legally. But the Biden-Harris administration, they are not talking about that. The Biden-Harris administration has no interest in making it easier for legal immigrants to come to America. They are more focused on illegal immigrants. They love illegal immigrants. The Biden-Harris administration, they just love illegal immigrants. They don't care about legal immigrants. They don't care about citizens. They care about illegals. The illegal aliens, the illegal immigrants. The illegal immigrants have not been vetted. That's why they're illegal. They just cross the border, come into the country, and they expect free stuff. They have not been vetted. We don't know their background. We don't know their history. We don't know anything about their record back in their country of origin. They could have criminal background, which would then put our country and our citizens at risk. But these are the people who the Biden-Harris administration want to help. The Joe Biden and the Kamala Harris administration, they want to help the illegal immigrants, the illegal aliens. You know why? Because the Biden-Harris administration, they want to reward illegal activity. They don't care about legal immigrants. They don't care about US citizens. And that brings me back to the original discussion. Now the Biden administration wants to extend Obamacare coverage for the illegal immigrants. The Democrats are openly letting people know what their priorities are. And the American people are seeing that the Democrats prioritize illegal immigrants. As we approach the November 2024 election, you have to ask yourself, can the people of the United States of America afford 4 more years of Democrat administration? Can we afford that as a country? What's going to happen to the power of US citizenship if there's a Democrat administration for 4 more years? What's going to happen to our citizenship? What's going to happen to the power of American citizenship? What's going to happen to our voting rights? Because the Democrats have made it very clear that they want to grant a pathway to citizenship for the illegal immigrants. And if the Democrats get 4 more years in the White House, will they actually grant a pathway to citizenship for the illegal immigrants? And if they do, what's gonna happen to our great American citizenship? Four more years of Democrat rule would mean that the rule of law will come to an end. 4 more years of Democrat presence in the White House would mean that millions and millions more illegal immigrants will enter our country. What we saw since 2021, millions of illegal immigrants coming into our country and demanding free stuff, getting taxpayer-funded housing, getting taxpayer-funded medical services, getting taxpayer-funded all kinds of services. That's what we saw since 2021 here in America. And if Democrats win the presidential election, they are going to multiply that. They are going to multiply that. Since 2021, we had more than 10 million illegal immigrants who came into this country by crossing the southern border. If the Democrats get 4 more years in the White House, it may end up being tens of millions. Sounds crazy, right? Sounds crazy? You think what I'm saying sounds crazy? Well, just go back a few years. Go back 10 years ago. Could you have imagined that in a 4-year period, a Democrat administration will allow more than 10 million illegal immigrants to enter the country? 10 years ago, if somebody told you that, hey, within a 4-year period, 10 plus million illegal immigrants will come into the United States, that would have sounded crazy. We would have thought, that's never going to happen. That can't happen. That's not possible. We got a border. We got border patrol agents. We got technology. How is that even possible? No administration can ever do that. But the Biden administration did it. The Biden administration allowed 10 plus million illegal immigrants to enter our country. And so, if the Democrats get 4 more years in the White House, oh my God, can you imagine what's going to happen? Will there be 10 plus million more illegal immigrants who will come in? Maybe 15 plus, maybe 20 plus million illegal immigrants? Maybe 30 million illegal immigrants? There's no way to predict. There's no way to predict what's going to happen. The situation is going to be really bad if the Democrats continue to allow illegal immigrants to come into the country. We are a sovereign nation. We are struggling. We've got economic challenges. And then on top of all the problems we have, there are 10 plus million illegal immigrants who came into America since 2021. And many of them are getting taxpayer funded benefits. It is unbelievable. So we cannot afford 4 more years of Democrat leadership. Well, Democrats are not really leaders. It's lack of leadership. We cannot afford, let me rephrase, we cannot afford 4 more years of a Democrat president in the White House. We just can't. So Kamala Harris, the border czar has done absolutely nothing to secure the southern border. The administration opened up the border on purpose so that they could bring in all these illegal immigrants so that they can then continue to fight to give these illegal immigrants a pathway to US citizenship. Why? So that the illegals can at some point vote. That's what the Democrats want. The Democrats want the illegal immigrants to be able to vote. If you study the Democrat policies, that's the conclusion you're going to arrive at. That whatever the Democrats are doing, it's aimed at allowing the illegal immigrants to vote in our elections. It's a strategy. It's a Democrat strategy to generate new voters. The Democrats want to stay in power forever, for as long as they can. They want to turn this political system from a two-party system to a single-party system. The Democrats want the Democratic Party to have complete control in all branches of government, in legislative branch, executive branch, and of course the Democrats also want to install activist far-left judges on the Supreme Court. That's what they want to do. Thankfully, the Supreme Court has a conservative majority. But here in Wisconsin, the Democrats succeeded in flipping the Supreme Court, and now our Supreme Court here in Wisconsin used to have a conservative majority. Now there's a liberal majority. So the Democrats in Wisconsin, they succeeded in flipping the majority in the court. Now it's a liberal majority. So that's the same thing the Democrats want to do to the U.S. Supreme Court. They want to turn the U.S. Supreme Court, they want to make it a liberal majority court. The Democrats want to stay in power. They want to dominate this country. They want to make whatever laws and rules they want. My friends, when you pay attention to the Democrat policies, when you study their policies and the laws they support, the bills they support, you know that the Democrats want to take away people's freedom. And they are doing it by glorifying illegal immigration. And they're doing it by pushing for a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. Let me read some comments here. Terry writes, I think it's the Dems who are dreaming. Well, Terry, the American people must never allow illegal immigrants to have a pathway to citizenship. We must never allow illegal immigrants to have voting rights in American elections. But that's what the Democrats want. The Democrats support policies that would destroy this rule of law that we have in this country. Now, let me point out what's being done about this. Attorneys general from 15 states are suing the Biden administration because of the administration's plan to expand Obamacare coverage to those who are brought to the United States illegally as children. The states are Alabama, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Kansas, and South Dakota. Terry, you're going to be very happy listening to this, that South Dakota, the Attorney General of South Dakota, has also joined this group of excellent attorneys general in suing the Biden administration to stop their plan. Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach is leading the effort to stop the Biden administration from enforcing this plan. Reportedly, the plan will go into effect on November 1st, 2024. I already mentioned that at the start of this live stream. November 1st, 2024. That's when this plan will go into effect. Just days before the presidential election. Just days before the presidential election. The Biden administration wants this plan to go into effect. So these brave attorneys general, they are freedom-loving leaders. They are wonderful people. Attorneys general from Alabama, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Virginia, and Kansas. Kansas is leading the effort. They are all working together to try to stop the Biden administration from implementing this awful plan of giving Obamacare access, Affordable Care Act access to illegal immigrants. So the lawsuit was filed in federal court in North Dakota, and I hope that the attorneys general will succeed in stopping the Biden administration's plan. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's all I have, my friends. This is not a really long live stream, but obviously it's an important topic that I wanted to discuss. So thank you for tuning in. Do you have any questions, anything you want to share? Let me look at the chat window. So Terry, you're sharing some information about something that's happening in South Dakota. Panhandling is a huge issue. Obviously, it's a huge issue. We've got that problem here in Madison too. Terry writes, it's hard living next door to Minnesota. Minnesota is now in the limelight after Kamala Harris made that decision to select Tim Walz. Tim Walz as the running mate. Tim Walz, far left governor of Minnesota. I'm gonna have more to say about Tim Walz. I'm gonna have more to say about Tim Walz in the future. I mean, Kamala Harris now has a running mate, Tim Walz. They're running together. They're running towards the presidency, but can they get there? Or Trump will Trump um, get there first? Who's going to win this race? Uh, Walz, yeah, Tim Walz. Is that's how you pronounce it, right? Or do you say Walz? It's Walz. Tim Walz. Um, not the same as the walls that we want to see at the southern border. We want to see walls. We want to see like actual fences and walls. Build a wall at the southern border. This is a different Walz. This is Tim Walz of Minnesota, running alongside Kamala Harris, California Kamala. You got California Kamala and Minnesota Walz. Okay. So I'm gonna have more to say about this awful presidential ticket that the Democrats have come up with. Terry writes, Tossif, you look so depressed. We say, all right, Terry. Maya Sisters writes, not sure what Dems will do with Kamala after she sits for an unscripted interview. Well, is Kamala going to sit for an interview? I mean, that's the question. Is she going to appear for an interview? Is she going to do that? Do a press conference, Kamala. California Kamala, do a press conference. Answer reporters' questions. Terry writes, I'm looking forward to September 10 debate. I want to see the debate, Terry. There should be like 5 debates between now and election day. 5 debates would be awesome. Like debate after debate after debate. Let's do all these debates. So California Kamala and Minnesota Walz running together, hoping to be the next president and vice president of the United States. Terry writes, but she won't go to a Fox debate. Greg Gutfeld should moderate a debate. Terry, would you like that? If Greg Gutfeld and Maya Sisters, same question for you. Would you like it if Greg Gutfeld moderated a debate between Trump and Kamala? Maya Sisters writes, no policies on her website, just begging for donations and selling merchandise. They need money, and trust me, they're gonna have a lot of money because Hollywood is supporting Kamala. Hollywood is supporting the Harris Walz ticket, and so Kamala is gonna have a lot of money. Terry writes, yes, 5, 1 a week. That would be great. Terry writes, Greg, my hero. My sisters, you should check out Greg Gutfeld. He's amazing. He's on Fox. He's amazing. I would love to see him moderate a debate. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Kamala will agree to it. And honestly, I have not seen any proposal out there for Greg Gutfeld to moderate a debate. But I'm just throwing my proposal here. That Greg Gutfeld should moderate a debate. Hey, you know what? I would love to moderate that debate. That's it. I want to moderate a debate between Trump and Kamala Harris. I would gladly do it. They can pick the time, they can pick the date, and I'll do it. I would love to moderate a debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. I would love to do it. Okay, I'm saying this here live. You're all listening. I would love to do it. I would love to have the opportunity to moderate a debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. That'd be great. Okay. Anyway, just my something on my wish list. All right, my friends, that's all I have for today. Please share with me your thoughts. Thank you for tuning in on a Saturday afternoon. I appreciate it. Um, Terry writes, yes, put normal citizens up as moderators. Terry, thank you so much. Yeah, that's how it should be. Like, remove the media. Let the citizens do it. And I would love to do it. I mean, I do all these live streams here, right? I obviously do lots of live streams. I've got my podcast, I've got my writings. Um, so, I'd love to do like a YouTube live. Wouldn't that be great? We could have a YouTube live with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris appearing on screen. They don't even have to go to a stage or some studio or something. We could just do it remotely. That'd be great. Donald Trump on one screen, Kamala Harris on another screen, and I'll be asking the questions. They'll answer. I'll be the timekeeper too. I'll do it all, but I would love to do it. I would. Okay. So if Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, if they are watching, if they want to have a debate with me as the moderator, hey, I would love to do it. All right. Okay. So that's all I have, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's a Saturday afternoon. The weather is lovely, at least here in Madison, Wisconsin. I know that, such a lovely Saturday afternoon in the summer. People have so many things to do. You could be out there enjoying. You could be out with friends and family. You could be at a park. You could be, wherever having fun. But you took the time to tune in and listen and to listen to my live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Maya sisters, thanks for joining. Terry, thanks for joining. I'll be back again with more live streams and more videos. Also, I just want to say, on Monday, I'll be doing a live stream with Wisconsin State Assembly candidate. That live stream link is already available. It's going to be taking place on Monday, August 12th at 9 p.m. Central Time. So don't forget to tune in to watch that live stream featuring a Wisconsin State Assembly candidate. So thank you once again for tuning in, my friends, and I'll be back again with more videos and more live stream. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.